Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, and today I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at knottylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable, and please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One. Hey, you guys, we are back. Welcome back to my channel, Naughty Love Movement. It's your host, Nikki, bring you the latest and trending topics, and that's what we're going to get into tonight, trending topics, and I vlog my life. But before we get into it, please make sure you're hitting that like button, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. All the support is definitely appreciated. Share my content on your different social media platforms. And leave comments. I love the interaction with my Naughty crew. And everybody's entitled to their opinion over here. We don't necessarily have to agree, but we can agree to disagree. All right. So I got some topics. Today was a heavy upload day for me, dealing with these predators, allegedly. And another one decided to come out the woodwork. We got Russell Simmons. The coward that ran the valley as soon as he felt like charges was going to come down on him. He had the nerve to speak out. And I think what's happening is, with the Kimora Lee fire, I think, in my opinion, has said it. Like, that was a warning for her to shut her mouth. And now her family is in hiding. And I think Russell, narcissistic behind, think he in the clear. But we want to get into it. All right. Also, got another one of Diddy's victims speaking out. This morning we discussed how hard it is for the males to come forward. And we got a male victim speaking out. They DM'd one of the content creators and they plan on pursuing charges as well. Okay. We discussed this morning, the shame that men have to deal with when it comes to situations like this, and it's not received well. And their manhood is diminished. They tend to not be supported. And I just want to highlight there are many victims in this situation, from children to women to men. And I want to talk about all sides. Also, I got to update Diageo, the spirit brand that Diddy was partnered with for Ciroc. Oh yeah, Rolling Stone dropped the article, and they're pleading the judge to get rid of Diddy. They do not want him a part of their brand any longer. Also, the other day we got into Cardi B and Offset following each other. I have an article. All right, she has spoken out. Not this thing, quite frankly, she is tired of that man cheating on her, okay, and disrespecting her. We're gonna get into it. So I'm gonna give people a chance to load up in the room, and I'm gonna drop this intro, and we're gonna dive right in. You already know, Naughty Crew, I hold no shorts, and I'm keeping my foot on Diddy. Keeping my foot on Diddy. Thank you, Jayla, for rocking with me all day. Like, I appreciate you so much. Jayla is a great supporter, and a lot of my subscribers are great supporters. I don't want to discount anybody because it would not be no me without you guys. So I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. So up first, which narc should we talk about first? Hey James, another one of my loyal subs. Appreciate you. Oh, and I forgot to say, if I have time, if I feel like if I have enough energy at the end of this, we'll get into Blueface and whining behind, wanting people to have sympathy for him because all the women have left and that's his money. Um he needs to take a page out of these older men's book, how mistreating women, how far that gets you. And I'm just trying to decide if I even want to give him any clout, to be quite honest, Naughty Crew, because I'm just so over all these narcs. Thank you so much, Jayla. I appreciate you. And then I'll drop the link if anybody wants to sound off about any of these particular topics. So let's get into number one narc. You know, the alleged rapist, Russell Simmons. Why isn't this loaded up? Try it again. Now, there's been many allegations and charges that have come down against Russell Simmons. There is a whole documentary on HBO Max about all his victims that came out, and it's called On the Record. And recently, in the LA Reid lawsuit, Russell Simmons was also named. And you were going to have to check out my previous video, but we got into it. He was named. Now, Miss Dixon, the woman who brought forth the lawsuit against LA Reid, she was first violated by Russell at Def Jam. All right. And so then she left Def Jam. And let me tell you, this woman is responsible for a ton of hits in the industry. Okay. She even tried to bring Kanye on to LA Reid is Arista Records. I can't remember. But she left Def Jam to go to LA Reid's label and still face the same type of treatment, the rapist treatment. Okay. The men in the industry just feel like they could prey on women and at their will, they can just force themselves upon, and you're supposed to just like look the other way, or they will, if you reject their advances, they'll hinder your career, basically. And it's just disgusting. We've been talking about this on the channel for a while. The behavior that's tolerated in the industry, in the good old boys club, and how they cover for each other. You know, Melissa Ford is a recent victim. It's disgusting. The way they cover up for each other. And to me, the ones who cover up are definitely complicit in the same behavior, and they're just scared that their skeletons are gonna come out the closet. Earlier today, we got into Cassie's best friend coming out and speaking her piece. Okay, and letting us know what she was witnessed. So the nerve of Russell in this climate, he's such a narc. He think he could talk his way out of anything. Same thing with Diddy. They think they could talk their way out of anything, and that's just not the case, sir. It's just not the case. So let's get into Russell Simmons first. He's so disgusting. Like looking at him makes me sick. The sad part is he did the same thing to Kimora. Make sure everybody's hitting that like button on the way in. Here we go. So Russell Simmons breaks his silence on SA allegations brought against him. Yeah, LA Reid is epic. Thanks, James. James is my little music export behind the scenes. Okay, he keep me abreast and connects all the dots. All right. So shout out to Baller Alert for gathering this footage, and let's get into this narc. And everything discussed is alleged. You know, charges have not been brought against Russell because he has fled to Bali, okay, to try to avoid charges. He's such a coward. He was on CBS this morning, and here we go.
Wall. Excuse my language. But that's what he did. It's a secret. He showed up naked, wearing a condom, and tackled me to his bed while I screamed and fought and said no and cried. That's rape.
His victim. Hey, nephew.
If the allegations are not true, why would all these women accuse you?
I heard someone else say this, that I was quite frivolous. Look, there's a song by Houdini, I'm a hoe, I'm a hoe. 3 different girls after every show. Culturally, we thought that was the right way. And a number of sexual partners and compromising positions I put myself in is beyond anybody's imagination.
You said you had more foursomes than most men have partners.
He raped me right up against the wall.
Yeah, and that wasn't really, I think it was cultural and silly and egotistic and sad and from an insecurity that feeds it, and a lot of reasons why we were that way. If you slept with as many people as I slept with, thousands, and we're talking about 6 people.
There were like 20, right? I mean,
I spoke poorly. You mean
rape
that's not, no, yeah. I spoke poorly to 15 of them. 12 of them. I spoke poorly all the time. I'm a Def Comedy Jam guy. I was crude. So how many compromising situations was I in? And if you call that person and say, can you help me help these other women? Then you can get them to tell a story and reimagine a story. And I'm not here to say what they were thinking, but I can simply tell you that I was in so many compromises.
Okay, what do y'all think so far? I think Bull Swanky. He's making a bunch of excuses and not taking any accountability for his behavior. But one thing I can tell you, Naughty Crew, he is speaking to the culture. He's snitching. While he's in another country with no extradition. Okay? Mm-hmm. Let's go, Bon. Let's go on.
That people can have a recollection from 30 or 40 years ago. And it can be different from my recollection. And it could be one where there was perhaps collaboration. If we had more foursomes than most guys had once, could someone leave and feel hurt? Could someone leave and feel?
Okay, and now he's speaking to the bang great culture that is promoted in the industry. If you ask me, he put his foot in his mouth. He should have stayed quiet, just like Diddy should have stayed quiet. The narc.
They wish they hadn't. Could someone reimagine a story out of thousands of people?
Oh, so now they don't remember the story correct, and after they were done, they regretted it.
Could someone want notoriety in a market where people thirst for fame, even infamous? Could someone who just came out of jail and want to sue you because they had an experience and they can reimagine it just a little bit different? And could you be vulnerable enough to accept it? I took 9 lie detector tests. People don't know that. 9 separate, 7 from the chairman of the Polygraph Association, 1 for each of the situations.
You full of it. First of all, a polygraph test is not admissible in the court of law, and anybody can, do things to manipulate that test. That's why it's not admissible in the court of law. And why didn't we see it? Why are we just hearing about it now? He's full of it. He's full of
serious accusations. One for when someone said, for instance, I was violent. One person said that. I've never been violent. Took that. One for I apologized. I never apologized about assaulting anyone. But if 2 people say it, because one said it and me too, and the second person said it, then I took a test for it. 3 hours per test by 2 polygraph examiners. One that I've never done this to anyone and one I've never done to each individual. Some people say that they're not accurate. But if they're 94% accurate, I did 9 of them. It's pretty clear.
No, sir, we don't believe you. I don't care how many polygraph tests you took. How do we know you didn't have the polygraph examiner change the results to suit you? Why is this the first time that we're hearing about it?
That I don't believe it. I even asked well, what if I believe it, but it's not true? He said, your subconscious will get you. I said, I don't know how true that is, but that's what was told.
Look how manipulative he is, Naughty Crew. Look at the scene, this whole Zen scene. Like he's Zen. He's the complete opposite of that. You could tell him and Diddy are best of friends. I swear. They've taken plays out of the same playbook that R. Kelly did.
Told to me by the chairman of the Polygraph Association. He was filmed, by the way, talking about this. So there's footage available. No one in the mainstream would cover that.
Why do you think that is?
There's a narrative, serious accusations. One footage when someone said,
which is what?
That we don't want to go backwards. We want to believe women. But women and celebrities may be in some cases a little different. But we don't want to not believe women. We have to believe women. We have to give them the benefit of the doubt, but we can't demonize people without proof either. Twitter cannot make a decision. I've never.
So this is what they're banking on, him and Diddy. They feel like it's no proof, so it didn't happen. How convenient. How convenient.
Spoken to a policeman. I've never spoken to a judge about anything.
Which is what?
Because you're in a country where they can't extradite you and charge you, sir. You're full of it. He is full of it. But I'll tell you who I do believe, Naughty Crew. His daughters, Kimora. Remember Kimora came out? Him and Kimora, he was trying to get with Kimora when she was 15. His daughter came out, Aoki, giving proof of a monster, what a monster he is. And at the end of the day, he's butthurt because Kimora outsmarted him. See, when he fled to Bali, and I did a video on this, y'all have to check out my previous video. But he brought a lawsuit against Kimora because what he did when he fled, because he thought he could trust Kimora, he sold her a bunch of stocks. And then Kimora turned around and sold them to bail her criminal husband out. That's a story for another day. Y'all got to go to Tisa Tells. She got all the breakdown on that. But ultimately, he had no cause and the judge dismissed it. Like he could not get the money. He sold her the stocks fair and square. But he's trying to drive this narrative that Kimora stole from him. This is what they do. As soon as they're exposed and they don't get their way, they try to defame you and tarnish your character and ruin your character. And let me tell you, that fire was not a coincidence at Kimora House. That fire was not a coincidence. That was a warning for her to shut her mouth because they don't want her to keep driving the narrative to open Kim Porter's case. And I say, Kimora, do not let these narcs scare you. Their time has come. The end is coming for all of them. It's time to pay the piper. They got away with enough madness and destroying people's lives for long enough. Yes, Jayla. If someone say no, then it's no. I don't care how much in the heat of the moment you in. Word to that mink. A liar. Bull mess. He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar. And he looks disgusting. He doesn't look healthy. And I think he should have stayed quiet. We would have been all better off than having this gaslighting interview. It's bull. It's bull. And let me tell you what else this is. He's trying to temperature check. After this interview, he wants to see how many comments and stuff. Because let me tell you, he's trying to come back to the States. So he can make some more money. But that's enough of that narc. I had enough of him. Let's go on to the next narc. Okay, Diddy. I told y'all I'm gonna keep my foot on his neck. Shout out to Tough TV News. Another victim has come forward, a male victim, and we just talked about this morning. How hard it is for them to come forward. Well, this one slid into Tough TV News DMs and told his story. This young man was lured by Diddy. He went to Howard with Diddy. Make sure y'all go over to his channel and subscribe, because he be having all the deeds. Seriously, he be getting some awesome DMs. Hold on, what's wrong with this? He gets awesome DMs, emails, and he shares them with everyone. And I just love his content. And even this past weekend, he had some weird stuff happening to him. Some unmarked cars showing up to his home, talking about a wellness check. You know, it's all intimidation tactics, Naughty Crew. But let's listen to this together and let me know what y'all think in the comments, okay?
DM that was sent to me. So let's go ahead and dig into it. And it says here, I know this is random, but my name is blank, and I was essayed by Diddy and a friend of his on April the 15th, 1989 in DC. It has took a lot of strength for me to get to this stage of self-assurance, but I now know that I have nothing to be ashamed of. I attended Howard University the same time he was there.
I love BetterHelp. Therapy has truly changed my life.
I've been in and out of therapy with BetterHelp for a few years
there, and I was taken advantage of after an off-campus party. I will be the first to admit that I was a bit inebriated. Diddy noticed that I was intoxicated and offered to give me a ride back to my dorm. I trusted him at the time because we were acquainted with one another, because we had an economics class together. So I get in the car with him and we ended up at an apartment. He gets out and says he needed to get something and he would be right back. After a few minutes, he came back to the car and invited me in, saying he needed to sober up before driving back to campus. I said, okay, cool. I get out and go into the apartment, and there was another guy sitting on the couch. The guy introduces himself as Lorenzo, and he was drinking E&J and smoking trees. Diddy goes to the bathroom and he's in there for about 30 minutes or more. He comes out and asks me if I want a drink, and I said sure. He fixed me a drink, and the next thing I know is I was weak, disoriented, and my vision was blurry. I was then told to sniff something out of a bottle that would make me feel better, and so I did it, and it just seemed to make me even higher. I now know that it was poppers. Then all I remember is both of them taking turns sticking their hot dogs in my mouth, and I'm paraphrasing, guys, and me resisting all I could, but I was just weak and flimsy, and Lorenzo had a gun. The next thing I know, they both were taking turns trying to facilitate me, and blood and mud, all right? Paraphrasing here, what looks like mud, number two, right, was everywhere. The pain of them facilitating me, and I'm paraphrasing again, still gives me anxiety to this day. All right, so you guys just heard all of that, and I do want to protect the integrity of my platform and say that everything that I just conveyed to you is all alleged. Now, I did ask him, was he going to file a lawsuit against Diddy like everybody else? And he said he absolutely was. He was just getting all of his ducks in a row, making sure that everything is copacetic before he moves forth. But he says that Diddy is going to pay for what he did to him that night, that he's never been the same person ever since that night. Now, something else that he said that would be a game changer when he files a lawsuit against Diddy is the fact that he said that he still has the same clothes that he had on from the night that he was essayed by Diddy and his friend Lorenzo. So,
boom. DNA. Okay? He still has the same clothes the night of the incident. Ain't this how R. Kelly got caught? Ain't this? He's disgusting. And yes, Jayla, ain't no man going to say all it is and it ain't true. Period. But boom. DNA. If he still has those clothes, that's DNA, guys. That's one step closer to criminal charges. Hey, Carol. Yes, he has a Monica Lewinsky move. That's right. And I'm so proud of him for speaking out and being brave and building the courage enough to get justice for himself, because nobody deserves that. I mean, like, you can't get nobody on your own sober. You DRGS, everyone, just so you have your way. Disgusting. And I'm sorry. It's not this many people, in my opinion, saying the same thing. Same patterns. The drugging, the graping, same, even following the same formula for years. And sir, that might have been the one that's going to put you over the edge. Hey, Carol, thank y'all for joining me. Yes, I told y'all, see? Look, we spoke about it this morning, how hard it was for male victims to come forward, and boom, here go Tough TV giving us the content. Okay, so shout out to Tough TV News. He's got a lot of good content. He gets a lot of good, juicy emails. And let me tell you, a lot of his emails are coming to fruition. So, right? I wonder how he felt. Seriously, a constant reminder, him dancing across your screen, your TV screen. It's ridiculous. But his day of reckoning is coming, and so is Russell. Okay, because them women not playing. Miss Dixon, when she filed the lawsuit against L.A. Reid, she purposely named Russell Simmons. So you can run, but you can't hide, sir. And all that zen meditation, don't fool me. Thank you so much. Like the video. Thank you. Yes. All that zen and woosah, it don't fool me, Russell. You a creep too. You definitely a creep. Allegedly. And Miss Dixon has been speaking for years consistently, and her story has not changed. Check out the documentary on HBO Max. It's called On the Record, and all of Russell Simmons' victims are in there. Yep. He got a whole documentary. So on another note, thank you so much, in my opinion. Rolling Stones dropped an article about Diageo, and that is the spirit brand that was partnered with Diddy. Okay. Y'all see it. Diageo begs the judge to block toxic Diddy from new ads and cites 3 SA lawsuits. Yes, DNA, you guys. DNA. Hey, Mimi Twin, thank you for joining. Yes, I told you, it's so good. It's so good. It's detailed, and all them women are not lying. Yes, if son ain't washed them clothes, boom, DNA. Can't deny DNA, Diddy. You cannot deny DNA. Enough is enough of you, sir, preying on people and destroying lives. So let's get into this article, because the most important thing about the way they're going about these civil lawsuits is they're hitting him where it hurts. They're draining the swamp. They're draining his pockets, which I think is a very smart, strategic way. Hey, Feds, good night. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you, in my opinion. You got to hit them where it hurts. And I bring back the example of the first R. Kelly Chicago trial, how he was able to delay the trial for 6 years. And by then, the victim was older. He was able to pay off the family and send them away. And that's why they couldn't pin that first. They couldn't get him the first time. And then he was able to go on for 30 years to create more victims. You understand? Okay. So I think it was really strategic, but the lawyer that Cassie used in the latest victim, the one that was underage, the Jane Doe, he is going to get Diddy. He's going to get Diddy. I think he's determined to get justice for all these victims. So shout out to Rolling Stone for this article. Diageo begs judge to block toxic Diddy from new ads and cites 3 SA lawsuits. So Mr. Combs is well aware that these lawsuits make it impossible for him to continue to be the face of anything lawyers for the liquor giant wrote. So the liquor giant Diageo says Sean Diddy Combs has become so toxic in the wake of 3 SA lawsuits filed against him. It would be unfair for a judge to grant his request for control over an incoming $15 million marketing budget for De Leon tequila. Sorry. Why is it doing this? It's trying to make me subscribe. Rolling Stones is bugging. I'm not subscribing. Let me see if I can get it another way, guys. I don't need a subscription to Rolling Stones, okay? So basically, they're begging the judge to get rid of him because with that $15 million, Diddy is able to live. That gives him more cash flow. So I understand why they blocking him. I'm sorry, guys. This is making me. But they don't want any parts of him, and I don't blame him. They don't want any parts of him, and they're trying to leverage him by using these lawsuits. And hopefully the judge grants it. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so mad this is happening. These magazines trying to. Yeah, I'm not paying Rolling Stones $8 a month. Anyway, you guys can go check it out. I'll leave the link because if you guys go on and it's your first time, they'll let you view the full article. So basically, they're trying to block him in all ways so that he is not included in the future ads, in the upcoming ads that are coming out, because then that will give him access to funds. They need to block him everywhere. I swear now, lately, every time I get in the car and the radio's on, is one of his songs on. And I was like, when we gonna mute Diddy? But it's just messed up. You wanna know why? Because the other artists that he collaborated with, because we all know he's really not a rapper, okay? Like I never gave him credit for being a rapper. But the other artists that he collaborated with will suffer. You know what I mean? And it's just not fair. It's not like R. Kelly where it was just R. Kelly on his music. You know what I mean? He collabs with all different artists, and that just goes to show that Diddy is nothing without any other artist. He always has to collab because he's not a real rapper. He's not a real rapper, and I always felt like he was a fraud. I always felt like he was a fraud. Seriously. Yes. Those people know how he was, but they collaborated with him anyway. You make a good point, Jayla. And that's what I said about when MTV gave him the deal. And you know, you had the band, Danity Kane, Day 26. Diddy reputation was established already by the time that came on. And I don't know why they thought they would be treated different. Why? Because they was on TV. But Aubrey recognized it. That's why he fired most of the girls from Danity Kane. But I'm interested because he kept Dawn Richards. And I think that's because she was submissive and that she wouldn't go against Diddy. And that's why he kept her. And then he went on to make the group Dirty Money. Yeah, the Locks, 112 went out. And I used to love 112. They made a lot of hits. Cupid is my jam to this day. And 112 made back to back hits. And the Locks only made one Song, Money, Power, Respect. And look how he had them in a chokehold for all them years. It's ridiculous. Exactly. As a whole, as a public jailer, we have to be careful who we make famous. Seriously. This man was able to accumulate billions of dollars off of robbing people and destroying lives. I say the same thing about Blueface and Christian Rock. Like, it's ridiculous how people give him all this fame and clout and this and that. But that whole debacle after was a gaslighting situation. Christian Rock is just as much as a narcissist as Blue. And she turned around and screwed him. Her sister came live and he was in the house after all of that. So imagine how Jade and Alexis feel. It's just messed up. So on to another toxic couple, because there's plenty of them out here. Cardi B, the other day we talked about how her and Offset unfollowed each other. And so I found the article. I couldn't find her live. So Cardi B and Offset unfollow each other on social media. You know, when you just outgrow relationships. All right. So she came out speaking out. The rapper's been married since September of 2017. You know, when a person show you who you are, who they are, believe them. Naughty Crew. And he's been a cheater. Yes, Kalana Harper. And she went on to be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I think she had a couple of seasons. But that's all she had. She ain't had no more hits after that. Diddy, he get his hit and he discards you like last week's trash. So let's get into this article. Okay, so these two. So it appears there might be no love between Cardi B and Offset anymore. That's because there's no trust. I don't care how many surprises and gifts he brings her and she goes on live. I was just never convinced, because it was one time he wasn't answering his phone and she was in a panic and he was out shopping for her. And that's when I knew. You know what I'm saying? The I Like It rapper 31 and Jealousy rapper 31 have recently unfollowed one another on Instagram. On Monday, Cardi B shared a few cryptic messages on her Instagram stories. You know, when you just outgrow a relationship, she wrote one slide. And here it is. She added, I'm tired of protecting people's feelings. I gotta put myself first. Then she also said, I'm tired of protecting. Oh, sorry, that's a repeat. So the Bad and Bougie musician posted a Scarface clip to his Instagram story featuring Al Pacino yelling, "Hey, F you, man. Who put this thing together? Me? Who do I trust? Me?" So Reps of Cardi B and Offset did not immediately respond to people's requests or comment. Cardi B and Offset, who share daughter Culture and son Wave, who's 2 years old, have had an on-again, off-again relationship since tying the knot in September of 2017. They announced they were splitting in 2018 after reconciling. Cardi B filed for divorce in September of 2020, which they later called off. So in June of this year, the couple appeared to be struggling. Offset alleged that Cardi B cheated on him in a since deleted Instagram story. My wife effed a ninja on me. Gang, y'all know how I come. The post read. And this is the double standard that these men have. They could lay it and slay it anywhere they want to and anybody they want to. As soon as the female do it, they can't take it. Men cannot take cheating like women do. And that's why if they cheat, you need to end the situation right then and there. Period. You keep taking them back, it's just a toxic cycle. So Cardi B replied with the Twitter space conversation, in which she's saying the first verse of Keisha Cole, I should have cheated. She then told listeners that MFer is spiraling, thinking. And I think he started spiraling when Takeoff was deleted. It was an eye opener because he had pretty much turned his back on them, which is his family, for Cardi. So then she goes on to say, please, boys, stop acting stupid. Stop acting stupid. She addressed Offset directly, going crazy over effing state. Don't play with me. What the F? Stop playing. That's all I'm going to MF and say. A month after Offset accused Cardi B of cheating, the couple teamed up for their single Jealousy. The track's cover art features an image of Cardi B with her hand in Offset's face as she turns to walk away from her husband. The couple even celebrated their 5th wedding anniversary in September. Offset had his and Cardi B's home adorned with sunny bouquets of pink flowers and dozens of candles. None of that means anything if the relationship is not solid, Naughty Crew. So they quoted, thank you for the flowers, the empowerment, the protection, and for being a great father to our children. I love so many things about you. That's what Cardi said. So you know what? Maybe these two need a little separation. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I wish them the best. They need counseling. They need counseling so they can heal and decide if they really want to be together. Because the back and forth is not healthy for the children either. Okay. Jayla said, I'm sticking them also. I am too. They play these internet games so they could trend. They still young. It was all stupid. And guess what, Cardi? You should have left him where he was. Like, you didn't make him earn you back. You didn't say, hey, you didn't require him, like, look, you need to go to counseling to figure out why you cheat. You know what I mean? Like, you just took him back. He buys you a bunch of gifts, which is called hush gifts. And nothing really changes. You know, at the end of the day, he's still the same person and he's still going to creep around. That's it. Period. Okay, let me get into this Blueface stuff real quick. I'm just going to glance over him. Because he opened up about the proposal. Now he begging for his mama after he done dragged his mama for filth. Now you want to call your mama? Call your mama. Then Krishan, she's sending out messages like she want to delete herself. It's just like, stop it. Tired of him. But he this is his karma. This is wicked. Did I even bother to save it, Naughty Crew? I might not decided to save it because I was just like, I'm over it. Oh, here go one. Okay, here we go. Who? Krishan or Carlissa? Or Cardi B? Yeah, she did. Fighting over chicks he was cheating with. Like, fight that man. Don't fight the chicks. He the one that know he married. So this Blueface.
That's what it's come down to, cuz. Hey, cuz, it is what it is.
This show how broke he is. Because, sir, you couldn't.
That's what it's come down to, cuz.
You eating that boy RD, really? Yeah,
hey, cuz, it is what it is. That's what it's come down to, cuz. Can't never go wrong with the raviolis, cuz. I could do this shit, cuz. Dead homies on that's why I could live off raviolis, cuz. No problem.
High blood pressure, cholesterol with all that salt in that can. Ain't nothing healthy about that. This what he get.
Okay.
Now you want to pray?
It's really good.
And now he in the studio, the MILF Music Studio with no artist. He's such a clown.
Raviolis was delicious. I think I'll go to bed now. Fuck. Shit. Fucking toe. All right, guys. I'm gonna just go beat my dick and go to bed.
He's disgusting.
If there's one thing I want you young black kings to learn from me, is that these women, they could take your heart, they could take your mind, they could take your soul. But they can never take your dick from you, nigga. So
Ignorant, and that's why your ass is by yourself. And I hope they leave him alone. Well, Krishan won't leave him alone. They still screwing. They still screwing. Word on the curve is they still screwing. He do look hungry. He look hungry. He look thirsty. He look desperate. He's disgusting. So you know Carlissa got to get her bit in here. Oh, chill. They so toxic, Jayla. It's just the algorithm loves them. Hollywood Unlocked, okay. So Carlissa sends a message to Krishan in response to her tweet. Dying sounds easier than living sometimes. And so she posts, every mother in the world has felt this a million times. Keep going, mothers. It gets easier, Rock. You don't have your parents, which makes it easier, but you have sisters and friends in a world full of people who want to see you win for Junior. I mean, that was the most sane thing she can say out of all of the foolishness that she put out there. Okay. She also posted, she said, Jonathan, she needs a mommy day. You need to go take Junior to the park for a daddy day. Then she said, stop pointing fingers at the not even close to 30-year-old people still trying to figure it out. They are no different than your mother and your father. Pray for them on behalf of the kids. The kids all need their parents when this is all said and done. That's facts.
Love to my baby. Thank you.
All right. But you still keep opening your legs to him. Stop opening your legs to him. So Angela Simmons was outside doing TikToks. Okay, shout out to the neighborhood talks. Okay. Having her friends, having a good time. She looks happy. Her man, he had her coming up on stage the other day. This is a whole team, it looks like. Ooh, looks good. I wonder, I wonder how they feel about their uncle, seriously. Misa Hilton had a sweet message. She's just saying, which I thought she looked gorgeous here. And she posted a mother's love. And that's her. I didn't know she had other children. She looks good. She's a gorgeous woman. She's a gorgeous woman. She's also a victim of Diddy. Taylor Swift is speaking out. Taylor Swift reportedly never received an apology from Kim Kardashian over private call leak Kanye drama. Kim Kardashian is a narc too.
So my next single, I wanted you to tweet it. It's a Good Friday. We're dropping as a Good Friday song. So that's why I'm calling you. That I wanted you to put the song out.
Y'all remember this?
All right.
guess it would just be people would be like, why is this happening?
Well,
Like it had something to do with it, probably.
Well, the reason why it will be happening is because it has a very controversial line at the beginning of the song about you.
What does it say?
Okay, so it says, and the song is so dope, and I've literally sat with my wife, with my whole management team, with everything, and tried to rework this line. I've thought about this line for 8 months. I've had this line, and I tried to rework it every which way. And the original way that I thought about it is the best way, but it's the most.
Okay, that was the conversation.
It's gonna go Eminem a little bit, so can you brace yourself for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It says, wait a second, you sound sad.
Well, is it gonna be mean?
No, I don't think it's mean.
Okay, then let me hear it.
Okay. It says, and the funny thing is, when I first played it and my wife heard it, she was like, huh? What? That's too crazy, blah, blah, blah. And then like when Ninja from D Antwoord heard it, he was like, oh my God, this is the craziest shit. This is why I love Kanye, blah, 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 that kind of thing. And now it's like my wife's favorite fucking line. I just want to give you some premise of that, right? Okay. So it says, to all my South Side niggas that know me best, I feel like Taylor Swift might owe me sex. Okay. So it's gonna go.
So that's the line.
That's not mean.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this is the thing where I'm calling you because you got an army. You own a country of motherfucking 2 billion people, basically, that if you felt that it's funny and cool and like hip hop and felt like.
Okay. So this is the lead conversation. So Taylor Swift, let me change the view. She goes on to post. Yes, his whole voice changed. Everything changed about Kanye when he got with Kim. So Taylor posted, instead of answering those who are asking how I feel about the video footage that leaked, proving that I was telling the truth the whole time about that call, you know, that one that was illegally recorded, that somebody edited and manipulated in order to frame me and put me, my family, and fans through hell for 4 years. So then Kim Kardashian, as I call her, because she's trash, added Taylor on Twitter and said, as Taylor Swift had chosen to reignite an old exchange that at this point in time feels very self-serving, given the suffering millions of real victims are facing right now. I don't feel the need to comment a few days ago, or she said, I didn't feel the need to comment a few days ago. And I'm actually really embarrassed and mortified to be doing it right now because she continues to speak on it. I feel I'm left without a choice but to respond because she is actually lying. To be clear, no, Kim, you've been proven to be a liar. Kim Kardashian is a liar. Most of the Kardashians are a liar. Only one I like is Courtney. Because she don't F with them hoes. She says, to be clear, the only issue I ever had around the situation was that Taylor lied through her publishers who stated that Kanye never called to ask for permission. They clearly spoke, so I let you all see that. She loves exposing people, and it gets on my nerves. I can't stand her. And I'm not even going to entertain this anymore. I can't. Y'all was dead wrong for leaking the footage. Kim, you was dead wrong for doing it. Period. Take some accountability. Hey, Text Boy. Woo! Kardashian reminds you of Joan Collins. Taylor Swift, she's involved now. Tex, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you rocking out with me. I appreciate all my naughty crew rocking out with me. Seriously. It means the world for real. Just make sure y'all hitting that like button. All right, guys. I went hard today. Oh, y'all remember I'ma put you to bed? What's his name? Jay Holiday. He looks weird. But he was performing. He looks weird. Y'all let me know what y'all think. He looks weird, Jay Holiday. Oh, we did the Diddy stuff already. Another victim has come out. Yeah, he's definitely older. Another victim has come out, a male victim. Remember this morning I talked about how hard it is for the male victims to come forward. You have to check out Tough TV News. The victim DM'd him and gave an account. He went to Howard with Diddy, and Diddy lured him and flipped him a Mickey, so to speak. And him and another guy went on to bang grape him. And he still has the clothes from that incident, and he plans on pressing charges. Also, Diageo, the spirit brand, is begging the judge in the lawsuit to block Diddy so that he is not involved in future advertisement or that revenue. So they're trying to get thank you, James. They're trying to get him blocked off of their brand. So that was the updates on Diddy. We also got into Russell Simmons. He's speaking out and lying some more in our face. Yeah, we got into a lot. But I appreciate every last one of y'all joining me. Please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and that bell button. Oh, I forgot to drop the link. I'm sorry, guys. Look, don't feel no pressure to come up because I'm tired. I'm exhausted. My voice is tired at this point. And I need to eat dinner. I made me some salmon and vegetables before I came on. If anybody wants to come up and sound off about anything, please feel free or whatever. But don't feel bad if you don't come up because I'm tired. I'll give y'all a couple minutes. And actually, we're reaching the hour mark. Yeah, I'm calling him a monster too. P. Hitty, you a monster. You a monster. And your day of reckoning is coming, and I'm gonna have my foot on his neck, Naughty Crew, until the very end, until he is behind bars. And the fact that this new victim has DNA evidence, bet you wasn't banking on that, P. Hitty. Puff the monster. Puff the magic monster. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed evening. Please make sure you follow us on my different social media platforms. We on all of them: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, you name it, we on it. All right. And to all my haters, thank y'all too.
And I wanna say thank you in case I don't thank you enough.
I thank all of y'all for supporting me. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful, blessed evening. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out.